Okay, hello and welcome to another VVLSI online lecture series. Today's topic is transistor level implementation of 4-bit CLA adder using dynamic CMOS logic. So before moving on to topic, let us revise what is dynamic CMOS logic. Okay, so we will have a quick look over dynamic logic. So in a dynamic logic, it consists of pull down network, and on top of it you have a PMOS transistor, and to the bottom of your pull down network you have your NMOS transistor. The gates of both NMOS and the PMOS transistor are connected to clock pulse, and the output node is generally connected to a capacitor. And the advantage of this dynamic logic is it depends upon the clock, and it requires fewer transistors since there is no pull up network at all. We have a less number of PMOS transistors. So we have power dissipation, less power consumption, and fewer transistors because of the entire pull-up network is gone. So general dynamic logic gate, it consists of NMOS logic evaluation network. So basically, it works in two phases. The phase one is when the clock is equal to zero. So when the clock is zero, the upper transistor MP is on and the lower transistor is off. So if this transistor is on, it will pull up the output node to VDD. So output is always VDD during the pre-charge phase. And when the clock is equal to 1, the upper transistor is off and the lower transistor is on. So now this phase is called as evaluation phase. So in this phase, depending upon the inputs, the output is evaluated. So if all the inputs are high, then this output node is pulled down to logic 0, or else depending upon the input combination, the output is evaluated. So you have in general pre-charge stage and evaluation stage. So in the pre-charge phase, the pull down network is cut off, and in the evaluation phase only, the inputs are active. So it's a dynamic operation. So sometimes the output may not be valid all the time. So the output is valid only during the evaluation phase in a dynamic logic. Now let us go back to our design at hand. That is transistor level implementation of 4-bit CLA adder using dynamic CMOS logic. So let us begin with the topic. So before that, why don't we quickly refer to something CLA equations? Yeah, and let me just open up this also so that we have both the screens together. Okay. So earlier we have seen the carry look ahead adder equations, that is Ci plus 1 is equal to Ai Bi plus Ci into Ai XOR Bi, where the generate term is given by Gi is equal to Ai into Bi, and propagate term is given by Pi is equal to Ai XOR Bi. So the expression of Ci plus 1 becomes Gi plus Pi into Ci, whereas the sum expression becomes Si is equal to Pi XOR Ci. So using these equations, we have to implement 4-bit CLA using dynamic CMOS logic. So let us begin with the design. So basically what we will assume here is we'll let the generate and the propagate terms be independent using static CMOS logic. So basically, generate and the propagate terms, whichever logic they are implemented, basically the outputs will be fixed. So generally, it's preferable to implement generate and the propagate terms in static CMOS logic. Well, the some terms may or may not be implemented in static CMOS. So it depends upon the designer. So since it is a dynamic logic, so we have a choice of implementing it in dynamic logic, or we can also implement it in static CMOS logic. Basically, dynamic logic is compulsory for your carry circuit, but for other terms, well, we can implement it using static CMOS logic. So in this example, in this design, the generate, the propagate, and the sum terms are implemented in static CMOS. Well, only the carry out terms are generated in dynamic CMOS logic. So let us start. So carry out expression is Ci plus 1 is equal to Gi plus Pi Ci. So C1 term becomes C1 is equal to G0 plus P0 into C0. So we have to implement this using dynamic CMOS logic. So we have to implement this in the pull down network first. So let us check the design. So I have my, sorry, let me adjust this to screen properly. Yeah. So now it is clear. So I have to implement first the pull down network. So first I will implement the NMOS transistors in series with the inputs P0 and C0, and this combination is in parallel with the transistor NMOS transistor with input G0. So this is my pull down network. Now I have to connect the MP and pre-charge and evaluation transistor, that is MP and MN, and I have to tie them to the clock. So this is my dynamic logic implementation of C1 block. So but this output is C1 bar. So we have to connect a extra CMOS inverter at the output to generate C1 out of C1 bar. So let us count the number of transistors used to implement this C1 carry block. So in the pull down network, we require 3 transistors, 2 transistors M1 and MP. So total 5 plus 2 transistors are required for CMOS inverter. So total transistor requirement is 7. Next is the C2 expression. Well, we have earlier seen C1 expression is this G0 plus P0 C0. So C2 expression is given by G1 plus P1 into C1. So the same value of C1 as we have earlier used will as it is used over here. So C2 is given by G1 plus P1 into G0 plus P0 C0. So we have to implement this using dynamic CMOS logic. So first we will implement the pull down network. So the pull down network, we have 2 NMOS transistors in series with input as P0 and C0. This combination is in parallel with the NMOS transistor with the input G0, and again this combination is in series with the NMOS transistor with input P1, and the whole network is in parallel with the NMOS transistor with input G1. So this is my pull down network. Now I have to connect pull up, sorry, not pull up, the PMOS transistor and the NMOS transistor above and below this pull up down network, and I will tie their gates together to give a common clock. So the output here is again generated as C2 bar. So actually this is C2 over here. There is a correction. Let me just add it over here. This is, let me just add it. This is C2. This is C2 over here. I think it's overwritten. So this is C2 over here. So C2 is to be generated from C2 bar by adding a CMOS inverter at the output. Now let us check the total transistor count. Let me just clear this. Okay, so let us check the total transistor count of this circuit. So for C2 block, the pull down network contains 5 transistors, 2 transistors MN and MP, and 2 additional transistors we require for CMOS inverter. So the total transistor count is 5 plus 2 plus 2, so that is 9. So we require 9 transistors to implement C2 block. Now let us go to C3. So let me, I have to show you the C2 term over here. So the C2 term which we have used here earlier, we have to utilize it again in the C3 block. So here it is. C3 is given as G2 plus P2 C2. So C3 will be given as G2 plus P2 into the C3 expression which we have seen earlier. So we have to implement this C3 using dynamic CMOS logic. So let us go to the implementation directly. So first we will have to implement the pull down network. So we start with the innermost expression, that is P0 C0. So the two NMOS transistors are in series with the inputs P0 C0. This combination is in parallel with the transistor NMOS transistor with the input Z0. Again, these two combinations are in series with NMOS transistor with input P1, which is in parallel with this network is in parallel with the NMOS transistor with input G1. And again, this network is in series with the NMOS transistor with input P2. And the whole network is in parallel with the NMOS transistor with input G2. So this completes my pull down network. We require Mn and Mp at the bottom and at the top and the bottom of the pull down network with the gate terminal connected to the common clock. The output is C3 bar. So we have to connect a CMOS inverter at the output to generate C3. So now let us check the total transistor count. So the total transistor count for C3 block is, we require 4 plus 3, 7 transistors in the pull down network, 2 transistors in the form of Mn and Mp, and 2 additional transistors for CMOS inverter. So total is 7 plus 2 plus 2. So that comes out to be 11. So the total transistor count for C3 block is 11. Now let us go to C4 expression. Let me just minimize this. Yeah. So we'll utilize this expression of C3 which we have just now implemented over here. We'll utilize this expression and we'll use it over here, C3, in the C4 term. So now we will start with C4. Okay. So C4 is given by G3 plus P3 C3, where C3 is coming from the earlier expression. As it is, we have put it over here. So we have to implement this C4 expression using dynamic CMOS logic. So let us begin with the design. So first we have to implement the pull down network. So we'll start with the innermost expression. So we'll start with P0 C0. So the two transistors are connected in series with the inputs P0 C0, which is again connected in parallel with the transistor as input Z0. Again, this network is in series with the NMOS transistor with input P1, which is again in parallel with the NMOS transistor with input G1, and so on. We continue like this and implement the pull down network. We have described this too many times. So pull down network contains around total 5 plus 4, 9 transistors, and we have Mn and Mp whose gate terminal are tied to common ground, and output expression is CE4 bar. So we have to connect the CMOS inverter at the output to generate C4 out of C4 bar. So now let's check the total transistor count over here. So for the pull down network, we required 9 transistors, 2 transistors for Mn and Mp, and 2 additional transistors for CMOS inverter. So the total transistor count is 9 plus 2 plus 2, that is 13. So this is the implementation of dynamic CMOS implementation of C4 block. Now let us go to generate and the propagate. So we have earlier seen in the earlier video lecture about generate and propagate terms. We'll describe it quickly this time. So generate expression is Gi equal to Ai Bi. So G0 will be equal to A0 B0. G1 will be equal to A1 B1. G2 will be equal to A2 B2. G3 will be equal to A3 B3. So we can implement it using static CMOS logic as follows. So it's a simple AND gate. So A0, B0 are the two transistors in series with the input, and in the pull-up network, those two transistors will be connected in parallel. And the output is G0 bar. So we have to get G0, so we have to connect a CMOS inverter at the output. Similarly, prototyping this, we will generate G1, G2 and G3. So that completes the generate term block with a total transistor count. Each block requires around 6 transistors to implement. So there are 4 blocks. So the total transistor count is 6 into 4, that is equal to 24. Next we will see the propagate terms. So the propagate term in general is given as Pi is equal to Ai XOR Bi. So let us consider the case of P0. So P0 will be A0 XOR B0, which will be written as A0 B0 bar plus A0 bar B0. Similarly, we can write the expression for P1, P2, P3. Now let us check the implementation for P0. So concentrate over here. So in the pull down network, we have two NMOS transistors in series with the input A0 and B0 bar. And this network is in parallel with the transistors in series, that is with the inputs A0 bar and B0. So this completes a pull down network. For a pull up network, exactly reverse will happen. So A0 and B0 bar will be the two PMOS transistors in parallel, and which is in series with A0 bar and B0 in parallel. The output is P0 bar. So we want P0, so we will have to connect a CMOS inverter at the output. So this completes the design for P0. Similarly, P1, P2 and P3 designs can be prototyped. So the total number of transistors in the propagate terms block will be, so the total transistors required here are, uh, you require 4 for the pull up, 4 for the pull down, so 8, 2 for the CMOS inverter and 4 additionally to generate the bar terms. So the total transistor count is 14. So the blocks are 4. So 14 into 4, we require around 56 transistors. Actually, you could have implemented this using dynamic logic only. Then the transistor count could have been less. It's your choice, up to you. Next is the sum terms. Si is equal to P0 XOR Ci. Sorry, Si is equal to Pi XOR Ci. So S0 is will be equal to P0 XOR C0, which is equal to P0 into C0 bar plus P0 bar into C0. Similarly, S1 expression, S2 expression, S3 expressions can be similarly written. So here the one term is not proper. So S3 is P3 C3 bar plus P3 bar into C3. So this is C3 over here. It is cut here over actually. So this is C3. And there is actually another mistake. Another mistake is somewhat like this. S2 expression should be P2 C2 bar plus P2 bar C2. So this is also an error. Kindly take a note of it. So apologize for this error, but kindly don't make such errors in the exam. So this is C2. It is not C1. So kindly take a note of it. Now let us implement S0. So S0 expression is, let me just, yeah. So S0 expression is P0 C0 bar plus P0 bar C0. So that pull down network will consist of two NMOS transistors in series with the input P0 C0 bar. This network is in parallel with two transistors again in series with P0 bar and C0. So exactly complement will happen in the pull up network, and the output is S0 bar. So we have to connect the CMOS inverter at the output to get S0. So similarly, we have to prototype, we have to implement S1, S2 and S3 blocks. Remember, we are implementing this using static CMOS logic. You all can also implement it using dynamic CMOS logic. So the total transistor count over here is, well, we require around C3 bar and P3 bar is already available. So the for one block pull up network we require 4. pull down we require 4 and 2 for CMOS inverter. So one block of sum requires 10 transistors. So there are 4 blocks. So we require 10 into 4, that is 40 transistors. So that's how we complete the design of a 4-bit. Let me just go through the design, go back to the design. Yeah. So that's how we complete the design for 4-bit CLA adder using dynamic logic. I'll just go through. So first we have implemented the circuit for C1 term using dynamic logic, and then we have done it for C1. Next we have done it for C3 using dynamic CMOS logic, then for C4, and then we have implemented circuits for generate and the propagate term using static CMOS. You all can do it with dynamic CMOS logic also. And finally the sum terms, we have done it using static CMOS logic. You all can do it with dynamic CMOS logic also. So that completes the design for 4-bit CLA adder. You all are free to try this design in LTSpice and verify the results by adding two 4-bit binary numbers. The reference for this lecture is taken from Introduction to VLSI Circuits and Systems book, whose author is John P. Weimara. So that's it for today's lecture. Next time we'll start with another transistor level implementation of 4-bit CLA adder using different logic style, some other logic style. So till then, have a good day. Thank you.